What's up, everybody? PJ Braun here, president of Blackstone Labs and Prime Nutrition, and this is something really special that I'm excited to be a part of. This is the badass workout of the week, and I'm doing this for Muscle and Fitness. This is a very cool opportunity, and I want to show you guys something that I do that I think most people don't do, which is base my workouts around the clock, around injury prevention, around volume, around the overall pump, right? Because most of us don't have a ton of time. I do not call myself a bodybuilder anymore. I'm retired. I'm a businessman. I usually only have 45 minutes to an hour, so I have to do these badass workouts where I get the most in a short amount of time. So today, we are here at Busybody Gym, the West location, and I'm gonna take you guys through a leg workout. We're gonna show the clock when I start the workout, and we're gonna show it at the end so you guys can get a feel of how much I've done in a short amount of time. Because it's not about killing yourself with weights, it's about forcing as much blood into the muscle as possible so it has no choice but to respond, and you do that with speed. I find that if you do the hamstrings first, you kind of get this warm up through your lower body that doesn't take away from quads, where if you go really hard on your quads first, I find that usually you don't have the gas to keep pushing with hams after. So you get a number of benefits from this. One of them being that you keep stimulating the hams and glutes throughout the rest of the workout. And let's face it, we all want tighter butts and better glutes, right? So I'm gonna start by doing a couple light sets of lying hamstring curls, and once I feel the blood is going, I'm gonna superset a lying hamstring curl with a seated hamstring curl. I'm gonna vary my foot positioning on the seated hamstring curl, toes out versus toes in, so I can stimulate inside through my adductors in different areas a little bit more, but we're gonna go fast and we're gonna get a lot of volume going. So I love for every body part to get a good combination of compound as well as unilateral exercises so you can isolate each side, work out imbalances, things like this. This is one of my favorite machines, which is the single leg hamstring machine. What I love about this is you can isolate that one leg very, very hard. It's essential to, it's basically the bicep curl for your leg, for your hamstring. And what I do is I go on here, I do my one leg, I switch to the other side, and while I'm doing the other side, that's my rest. So I just go back and forth. There's no stopping. Take myself through. You stimulate the hamstring so much, and you're accomplishing, you know, however many sets you want to do, whether it's 3 or 4 or 5, in a matter of just a few minutes. Towards the end, I pulled weight off, and that's okay. Your mind knows what 25 pounds is, and it knows what 15 reps is. Your muscle does not. It just knows when it can't go anymore, and if you can psychologically get yourself to a place where you're just making the muscle work until it stops, the weights become irrelevant when you're moving at a pace like this. Okay, so now my hamstrings are thoroughly engorged with blood here, and when you're doing hamstrings first like I do, it's a great idea. Think outside the box of how you can incorporate that extra ham work into your pressing exercises. So this is a hack squat machine, but you can face backwards in this machine, and it kind of mimics like a sissy squat in a way, but you're gonna see the way that I put my legs and the depth that I go, and I'm gonna still be stimulating lots of ham and glute as well. And I find that this is a great transition exercise into whether you're gonna do squats or leg presses or hack squats, whatever, because you're getting a lot of hip involvement, you're getting, of course, the quad involvement as well. So everything should be thoroughly warmed up after this. I'm gonna start on the leg extension. Rep out, come right over to the hack squat. What I'm doing with this plate loaded machine is the weight is fairly light, but I can change where the stress goes, whether it's from the middle, beginning, or end. So in essence, although I'm doing the same exercise, the execution feels differently and I'm stimulating the muscle fibers different ways, pre-fatiguing my leg before I go to the hack squats. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm on the leg press. I've totally kicked my own butt. And what I like to do here is I start with a relatively light weight. And this is something that's great because if you're by yourself, you're limited on time, you don't wanna get into putting tons and tons of plates on the leg press. So what I do is I do a set of 20. I get up and I add a plate on. You don't have to worry about balancing the signs out. The machine balances itself. Then I go back in and I always shoot for 20 reps. What I'm gonna do is keep getting up, that'll be my rest period, adding that plate, going back in until I get to the point where I can't complete 10 good reps. At that point, I'm gonna start over, but in reverse, going back down, so you can accumulate quite an amount of sets and knowledge in a very short amount of time, and it's brutally hard. It psychologically is very taxing. Can't do any more of those. So in the beginning, we did that single leg ham curl. Now I'm gonna close out with a single leg extension so I can stimulate both sides, really finish it out. I want them to see where my feet position are and how that I'm coming all the way down on the ball as well is important. The execution, opening everything up and coming back. Because this will be important for you. All right, so it's quite common, especially if you do squats, which I didn't do today. When you're training your legs really hard, the low back gets really, really pumped with blood. And there's two things that you can do that really make a big difference with that. Foam rolling, which we have over here. Now, the foam roller, this is actually gonna bring more blood to the area. However, it will speed up the recovery process. But another thing I do is these specific breathing techniques for your core on a Swiss ball like this. What you're doing is you're transferring the blood back through your core and away from your lower back. And it actually will help relieve that. I've had people tell me, man, I can't train my legs as hard because my back hurts so bad. And it's not usually back pain, it's just an engorgement of blood. And so you're just transferring the blood. You see, I will show from, make sure I get in the right light, that I stay, you know, pretty lean for everything that I'm doing, which we'll show them more in different videos as well. And then of course, that was a typical leg workout for me. We'll show you guys the clock. It was 1 hour exactly. I am a very, very busy guy. As I said, I'm the president of a couple companies. Actually, if you want to be technical, 7 companies, but I am pulled in many different directions. It's very infrequent that I have more than an hour in the gym. So it's all about us condensing as much in as possible. This is the first one. I'm excited to show you guys some really, really cool, badass workouts. So please stay tuned for the rest of the series.